as a government agency, our role is to assist our businesses as well as interested parties from all around the world to do business with Malaysian companies. We are in the center of ASEAN, so therefore ASEAN becomes a natural trading partner for Malaysia. And ASEAN is growing extremely fast. Apart from India and China, this is the region where you see a huge growth in terms of economy, and with that, the demand for energy, the demand for products and goods grow together with that, and naturally that also drives our export and our trade. So last year, when we see the whole global economy grew, driven by America, China, so naturally our trade with America and China grew. At the same time as ASEAN grew, our trade also grew. So we have offices all over the world that looks at all these countries and region, and our role is to facilitate industry from both countries to do business. So hopefully by facilitating the businesses from this country, then the trade can grow. And again, this has been going on for quite some time, from the early 70s when we go into industrialization, where we invested quite a lot of resources in terms of creating the ecosystem. Where we make the biggest impact are the SMI, SME, and the mid-tier companies that is growing, that are capable to go out and go beyond. And that's where our greatest impact. The success of actually going abroad cannot be looked at in isolation, because that happens partly because in Malaysia we work across all other agencies as well. So within Malaysia, within Matrade, we have a database of almost 40,000 companies that work with us for the last 25 years, right? And we know this industry by industry segments, so that any companies from all around the world that looks at working with Malaysia come and talk to any of our 47 offices all around the world, and we could facilitate in what sector with whom they should be talking to. Whatever market alerts that we get, any requests from any industry players or companies all around the world, we will then channel it back to our headquarters, and we will find the linkages necessary to provide the connection. We do our own trade fairs like MIHAS, for example, even programs like OTC Asia and a lot of other programs where other ministries are doing. We do international sourcing program where during this trade fair event, we will facilitate our industry that's present to meet with foreign buyers. We work very closely as well with trade association and chambers of commerce. Everywhere we go, we try and help develop the Malaysian and the country chamber of commerce, and that chamber of commerce are basically run by the industry players. They know what they need. We play the facilitation of helping them to do and to achieve whatever their goals is. Every year, we have a very, very strong government active participation engagement with the industry. Our minister, as you know, are very industry friendly, to the point that we meet with industry almost like on a weekly basis, and we get industry feedback, industry interest, and we facilitate that through follow-ups to make sure that their needs are addressed. The many companies that has grown in the Malaysian ecosystems are no different than in a very advanced economy. So the standards that we apply are international standards. So for international company that comes over here, to some extent are quite surprised to see that the level of competency that we have, the level of professionalism that we have. We are putting a lot of investment on infrastructure. We are building the MRT, the mass rail transit. We are building, express rail. We are looking at doing fast train from Kuala Lumpur to Singapore. We are expanding our airports and our ports. The examples are just so numerous in terms of providing an ecosystem that are very conducive for business to prosper. Our agencies that are placed all around the world that could be the easiest touch point for you to find out more about Malaysia. Once you understand the landscape and you feel that it's the best place, right, and you want to know more about the industry players, again, we can facilitate that by facilitating you to come over to this part of the world, and here we can help you to go and meet with the respective industries. You know, with our Eastern culture that is open and friendly, with a system that respects law, respects quality, it's I think it's an easy place to do business.